7 degrees Sag. I'm your host, Kimla Lowe, and we are getting the chat room ready to go. You can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on YouTube as well. 27 degrees Sag, the Galactic Center. I've got a little echo in here because we've just moved into our new home and I'm getting everything ready. The office is like the last one to go. But yeah, let's see. We've got it going on. I just want to make sure everybody is open and ready to go. There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Yeah, we just had some wonderful things happen astrologically, and I wanted to go over them with you tonight. We have this wonderful happening in Taurus. And we've been talking about Taurus for the last couple of weeks as far as astrology goes. And Jupiter, of course, went into Taurus. That was a huge happening. That only happens every 12 years. So, these little bulls, they've been experiencing a lot of loss and a lot of heartache, a lot of, I want to say, not only physical um, imbalances, but also I want to say on the mental realm as well, some imbalances throughout these particular years, and they've had to face change. They've had to figure out a way to provide stability underneath their feet, and that included a lot of things about coming to terms with perhaps losing a loved one or losing a very important position, or perhaps in the stock market, losing a lot of that stability as well. Now, Jupiter is coming in and saying, okay, it is time to celebrate. It's time you've passed the test. And it's time to really get all of the joy, okay, back in your life. So I'm so excited about that for you, Tauruses. Now, Jupiter, of course, we always say, Jupiter is the one that expands. Jupiter is the one that brings gifts. Jupiter is the most optimistic energy that is filtering through from the cosmos to us. And we have this absolutely incredible cosmic lineup that I wanted to talk to you about. And that is happening on the 19th of May. It is the new moon in Taurus at 28 degrees. If you are on the East Coast, it's going to happen right after the noontime hour. If you are on the West Coast of the States, it will be about 9 o'clock in the morning. And this is quite a special new moon. New moons are for planting. New moons are for laying out your intentions, especially if you have a Taurus rising, a Taurus moon, a Taurus sun. We are so excited for what's coming up for you. Now, everybody has Taurus in their chart. So I want you, if you do not know what your birth chart looks like, you can always message me with your date, your month, your year, your time, and location. And I would be more than happy to send you your birth chart so that you can see this fabulous lineup about what's going to be happening. And it is just absolutely amazing. And we have got 8 substantial planets and androids in Taurus for this particular new moon. Now, new moons are at a time when the moon and the sun are conjoined. So the moon is not holding the reflection of the sun. So the moon appears to be dark. And when this happens, according to the Farmer's Almanac, this is the perfect time to plant the new crops for spring. And the soil has been awakened, and it is the perfect time for you to make out your wish list. But what is so different about a Taurus new moon? The Taurus new moon, number one, it is the first new moon in Taurus without it being some type of a heavy duty drama eclipse, but it's also a very fertile new moon. So I want to just say that the directed Taurus people, which is moon, sun, rising, also Venus and Mars, if you want to look exactly what house your stellium is going to be in, stellium is the grouping that is going to be celebrated there in the sign of Taurus. Now, when I say fertile, I mean in the physical sense. I also mean that in your electromagnetic field, there is creativity, there is opportunity, there is people that, yeah, there is a substantial catalyst that allows you to highlight I want to say, the things that are unsettled in this particular time during this new moon. So, when all of these planets line up, and I am talking about Mercury, the Sun, Uranus, I'm talking about the moon and also Jupiter. Um, we have what's called a T square. A T square, they go like this in football for timeout. The T square is something that forms, and this is Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars. It's forming in the sky. Say timeout. We need to highlight a little bit of uncomfortability, a little bit of chaos. There's a little bit of something that needs to fit better in order for all of this beautiful um, stability that Taurus brings in, this cruise control, this bountiness to take hold. And if Mother Earth had a sign, it would definitely be Taurus. And if you know anything about Taurus, Taurus right now in the zodiac, the ruler is Venus. So, but Venus also rules Libra. And this is something that I wanted to bring up, is that during this new moon, there is going to be something that is going to be highlighted that needs to be fixed. There is going to be something that needs to be moved within your belief system, within your heart, within your physical realm. It could be something that you need to perhaps move or inspire others, or perhaps other people are going to move you. There's going to be change. There's going to be something that either you change your communication. It could be you change the way you handle money. It could be you change the way you're handling what you owe people, debt, financial agreements. It could be the way that you're handling your journey for higher education. It could be you're changing your image. It could be that you're changing your home. You're changing your relationship with your parents. You're changing your relationships with your friends. It also could mean that you are changing the way you are taking care of yourself. Could be that you are changing your career, your job, what you do as far as taking care of others or taking care of the rent or providing security for the family. You are going to change that and incorporate some new creativity so that you have stability. It could be that you're doing a creative side hustle. This new moon is going to be implementing something life changing. It's going to be fruitful. It's going to bear wonderful results that provides a new foundation in any of those particular choices that I was just talking about. So, I wanted to go over a couple of things as far as this, when Jupiter comes into a house inside of your chart, it's going to highlight and expand exactly those particular elements that are in your chart. So, it's wonderful when you are introduced to this new 12-month cycle. It's going to be a new 12-month cycle to all of us. And for us to know how to, let's just say, organize it in the beginning so that you really get some great footing and you can um, basically live off of that foundation for a very long time, because that's exactly what is going to be happening. Now, we are going through a time in our life where we're coming to an end on generational cycles of planetary cycles, also of energetic elemental cycles. And this is a time when we're going to be slowly introducing new particular energies into our realm. And we have prepared for this for a very long time. What I'm talking about is not only this wonderful shift into all of this Taurus energy, but as we celebrate this new moon, as we celebrate this next 12-year cycle where Taurus is going to be highlighted, where we need stability, we need to know that there are things that are not going to sustain us as we're moving into the future. Now, we've got Mars that on the 20th of May is going to be entering into Leo. Now, Mars leaving Taurus, or I'm sorry, leaving Cancer and moving into Leo. This gives us, how are we going to work on assimilating all of these wonderful opportunities that Jupiter is going to be giving to earthy Taurus. So Mars is going to be going into Leo the next day, right after the new moon. Mars in Leo. Mars is very aggressive. It has, it wants to be first. It wants to provide that inspiration, that spark, that energy that goes forward. Now, we're very comfortable when we're in Taurus. Taurus, they like to be as comfortable as possible with the softest things around them, and they're curled up, and and they have all of their favorite things around, all their favorite foods, and all their favorite platforms, and they're all within reach. And they don't really want to extend themselves. However, when we've got this expansion going on, this is the key that nobody's talking about. Mars holds the key. Mars is the action planet. This is how we are going to be initiating this energy, and it's in Leo. Leo loves to be grand. The bigger, the better. It's perfect for this expansion in this earthy sign of Taurus. Not only that, but it gives us the courage to accept the opportunities that are going to be coming towards us, accept that we are up-leveling our values, accept the responsibilities that are put in ahead of us so that we can provide even more security down the road. We're going to be working on this for 12 months. However, Mars is only going to be in Leo for a few weeks, but it provides that huge amount of courage, that huge amount of showmanship, that yes, I am going to be taking that on. And yes, I'm going to step on that stage. And yes, I'm going to wow you. So when I see all of this happening, it's just so, it's so much fun to kick back and observe in a lot of these different areas. If you don't have a clue and would like for me to introduce you to this huge step we're all about to take for the next 12 months, go to Kimla Lowe, Lowe.com. Book a session with me. Just to start out, I've got a half hour, or if you want to really, get as much information as you can, make a plan, get a timeline. I also offer hourly services as well, and we can really get some work done. And I have such good news. We have this tremendous cycle also taking place. It's going to be February 5th, 2024, and it has started to begin now. It's the 20-year shift of Feng Shui into a new period. There's 3 periods per cycle. This last period was period 8. It was an earth element, just like Taurus is an earth element. And that's why real estate was so important. That's why, do-it-yourselves, big boxed department stores, the shows and everything taught you how to build, taught you how to use the earth itself and to build foundations and to redecorate, redo things. Period 8 was orientated from the northeast to directly across to the southwest. Those particular directions were the luckiest. They were filled with wealth. They were filled with opportunity. For anyone that knows their personal directions, best personal directions in Feng Shui, their quad numbers, you were the ones for the West group that really thrived. You were the ones that made the headway. You were the ones who, were the last Mohicans. You were the last ones standing, and you were the ones that were rewarded. Now, what I want to tell you is that all of the cures, all of the directions, everything that we have combined into our sacred formulas of Feng Shui, flying stars, into all of those formulas, you see, Feng Shui, it is about intuition, but it's not based on intuition. It's based on formulas. It's based on different elemental charting that go, it's ancient. It goes way, way, way back, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So, if you are using the principles of Feng Shui in an intuitive way, it may work for one or two things, but if it's not based on the formulas that we use, whether it is the Bagua or your compass directions or your the Qua formula, your best personalized Feng Shui, or the flying stars, or your Bazi chart, these are specific scientific formulas. They're all changing. We are going into period 9, and we are going to celebrate new element combinations. It is going to be the period called Li, L-I. I'm so pleased. I have been working on a seminar for all of you. It will be June 19th, and you can check with my website. It is Kimla Lowe, Lowe.com. Sign up. It's online. It's going to be a Zoom seminar. For additional price, you can also have the recording if you are perhaps held up for some reason. But when we are live, you will be able to ask questions, and you'll be able to really work on some of the things of Feng Shui that perhaps are brand new to you. You can design with Feng Shui today. It is, I make it very, very easy to understand. These are ancient formulas that I was so lucky to begin Feng Shui in period 7. So I could see what happens during a transition to period 8. I made sure that I studied with Lillian too, and her daughter, Jennifer, to build my home that I built in period 8. I also just finished this home, which is period 8 as well. And we're going to be talking about the loss of energy, how you transform a floor plan or a structure, whether it's a building, a condo, a residence, a school, to update it to handle the new energy coming in for period 9. Period 9 is going to switch from the earth element to the fire element. Now, this is going to be a huge shift for planet Earth. It's going to make a huge shift in what we value, what we work on, and I am here to provide all of that particular information. So if you wanted to transform your particular home or your particular office, to rearrange it, to accept all of these new energies, it may take a little bit of time for you to get some of that done. However, that goes along with knowing your perfect and best directions for your personalized Feng Shui. So we blend it all together. For the next 20-year cycle, this is going to be a game changer. We have so many new cycles taking place right now. And for you to have the heads up, the combinations for just for your wealth, the combination of how money is going to be directed, the combination is going to change how the breath of life, which we call the chi, how that is going to be distributed, accepted, breathed in and out of planet Earth. The energies and how it is going to be mapped on the grid of Gaia, this is really huge, and I'd love to be the first one to introduce you to some of these changes. The grandmasters have always kept these particular secrets under wraps, and we are filtering them down now, since all of the, I want to say, the particular veils are now dissolving. And we are going to be talking about all of the main things that are important in your life, like your health. Um, and this includes what we call the heavenly doctor in Feng Shui, and how to direct that, about relationships. We're going to be talking about the different times that you're going to be coming up with perhaps some obstacles, or perhaps a fertile time, and how to take those combinations and how to work with the floor plan that you have, or the one that you are going to be building. Also, we're going to be talking about what provides this particular stability. You know, Taurus is going to provide us for stability for the next 12 months, and we're really going to be very comfortable and incorporating these changes kind of in a very smooth sailing manner. And this particular formula about feng shui is going to take you deeper, so that you can really get into the multi layers of your electromagnetic energy to really build up a solid, just a solid source that you are going to be able to use as we are going to be up leveling on these frequencies coming at us for the next 20 years. There's also going to be I want to say, some fine tuning in this particular period of 8. And it's very easy to apply. You can apply it, you can apply it directly, design it that day. You can also go through a complete renovation if you prefer, change the direction of your door. We're going to be talking about all of these things inside the seminar. These are cures, and these are new combinations that we have not used in a very, 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 very long time. We have not been on the planet since all of this new energy has been used in feng shui. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know if you have any questions at all about that, but I would really love for you to come on board and ask me any direction or any questions that you would have. I am going to take a break for just a second. Wait a second. I think I may have them here, but I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I forgot my notes. I know I've been a little disorganized myself. So what I wanted to talk about was Jupiter, and in every sign, so that we can get a little bit of an understanding. Not everyone is a student of astrology or feng shui, but everybody wants to know a little snippet as to, what exactly, is going to happen in the next 12 months. So I figured I would break everything down and really talk to you about how you can very generally use this particular element of Jupiter and Taurus. The thing about it is, when we talk generally about astrology, it's usually about the sign. It's usually about the rising sign, not so much as the sun, a little bit of the moon emotionally, but the rising sign, the time that you were born. It may not be the exact sign that your sun sign is, your birthday. It may not be. Your rising sign may be totally different. And the rising sign is what constellation was rising above the equator at the time that you were born. So if you know your rising sign, pay attention to what that is, because that's really, anytime you get any type of generalized astrology predictions, this is exactly what's really going to hit home for you. So if you don't know your rising sign, you can go ahead and get a hold of me, and we can go over that. But Jupiter, as the Earth turns, a lot of times, wherever you are, you cannot see Jupiter, you cannot see Venus, you cannot see Mars, and they call this, it's invisible for us. And when we're on the other side of the planet at the time, those particular planets outside that are invisible are lacking in energy. So Jupiter just became visible, which means Jupiter is in its glory. It is activating and it is running on all pistons. It is ready to come in. It is ready to expand. And remember, you do not want to expand things that are negative, things that hold clutter in your life, things that are not organized or resolved, or if you are in the middle of indecision, if you are let's just say you are in an abusive situation and Jupiter comes in, it could expand that situation. You do not want that to get any worse, right? If you do need to change, move, come to grips with where you are. If you are somewhere where you can't live another moment, there you are not alone. You can make time with me. We can make a plan and help you shift into a positive atmosphere for yourself. Another thing is, when Jupiter goes in and expands, you need to know that it's for your best and highest good. Okay? So any opportunities that come to you, you need to take a look at them and rise up to the occasion, that those opportunities are being placed in front of you so that you can grab them, you can use them. They have a reason why they are in your path, to lead you to an expansive potential in your journey of life. So let's take a look. Aries, let's start with Aries rising. Okay, Aries rising. And I always like to say this, Aries rising. Aries likes to take a risk. They know in a moment they shouldn't be here, they're out of here. They're also wanting to be first. They're always on the go. And what happens with Aries, I know so many people, I get called in, for Feng Shui. So many people who are Aries, they have a hard time buttoning down, sitting down, um, locking in, commitment, especially when they're, when they're younger. Very hard to rope an Aries for very long unless it's their idea. However, a lot of them eat over the sink. They want to just, they'll pop it in the microwave, eat over the sink. Okay, I'm done. On to the next thing. Where, this Jupiter that's in Taurus likes to sit, likes to dine, likes to have a wonderful, full meal that makes you feel secure. They don't want to stand and eat. So, what this is going to do for Aries, it is going to slow them down a bit so they get the riches. They get to see what a successful, enriched life to the moment means. This is a good thing. Aries, you are going to put in some foundational work. Are you going to have to apply yourself? Yes. Is it going to be kind of, tantrumy? I can't do this. I want to go outside and play, or it is, but it's going to show you that you put in the step-by-step work. Aries rising, you are going to have a wonderful foothold and your wealth is going to increase. So I hope that makes sense for all Aries rising up there. We're talking about Taurus rising now, Taurus the bull. And of course, expansion growth is on the way. A lot of Taurus rising are going to be extremely fertile during this time. I'm going to say it right out. So if that's not something that you see or something that you can handle at this particular time, take precautions, okay? You're also going to shift as far as leaving beliefs behind. So this is going to be something that a lot of Taurus share, this particular personality trait of being very stubborn, and they like to be right. You are going to shift that, it's not going to be so satisfying to be right. It is going to be so satisfying to be joyful, to be accepted. The good and the bad are going to blend a little bit, so you are going to be introduced to unconditional love. And that's something that is very different for Taurus, because they're very rigid in their beliefs. And a lot of times this is generational. And they've had a lot of very heavy duty, quick, and I would say sometimes traumatic shifts, so that their belief systems can be viewed more in a universal way. I hope that makes sense. Gemini rising. Gemini rising. There is something that Geminis, they have butterfly energy. They are an air sign, so they like to talk. They like to socialize. Everything is light and airy. You don't really see Geminis really bearing their souls or getting into very deep conversations that are transitional in nature. This particular Jupiter energy is going to is going to expand your potential to finish your projects. Geminis loves to start things and be social, but when everybody leaves the party and they still have to complete a project, they move on to the next. So behind them, there are a lot of unfinished things that really need to be finished, tied up, and perhaps the results rely on your next project. This particular expansion in Jupiter in that earth loving Taurus energy is going to give you that stamina to really button down some things so you can finish your projects. You can finish what you started or what you dreamed up. So this is a time for manifestation for Geminis. So I really do like that very, very much. Also, I feel as though Geminis are going to be finding gifts through their partners. They're going to be able to, let's just say, consider it a blessing. Their partner or their, wife, husband, whatever, that they're going to be doing really, really well, and they are going to partake in that blessing as well. So Geminis, this particular 12 months is going to be really, really good for you. I also feel like you may even shop for a new home or renovate the one that you have. So that'll be fun for you. Cancer rising. Cancer rising, cancers, and I always say this, cancers rule the mother. They rule, um, they also rule the medical field as well. And a lot of nurses are of the Cancer sign in the zodiac. But I feel as though Cancers, you work very, very hard, and you work hard on your job, and you work hard on your family. And it's very difficult for Cancers to balance that out because they're always saying, I'm not giving 100% to my family when I'm working so much. And then when they're with their family, they feel as though, oh, I should have taken care of that before I served my family, or perhaps I should have been there. When we had something pop up, and I should have been in on the negotiation at that time. So they're always feeling guilty. They're always worrying about home when they're at the office, or they're always worrying about the office when they're at home. It's just the nature of Cancers. But I feel as though you are going to be gaining some really good recognition from your hard work that you have been putting in. So I really do like that. Sometimes Cancers like to put the covers over their heads and kind of, isolate themselves for a while. And I want to say no more than 3 days, okay? Because then you're going to start spiraling into expanding your depression and your worry and your concern over everything. You want to jump up. Don't pass on being social. Don't pass on having your friends, your family, and all of that, your social media and all that going for you. I just feel like you may do some projects with your siblings if you have siblings, or it could be your really good friends, and that's going to work out really well for you. So I just feel like your rewards are coming for you. Okay. All right. Leo rising, Mars is going to be going into Leo, which is going to give you a little bit more of an aggressive nature. When Mars goes into Leo rising, you may be losing weight. You may be dropping some of that weight that perhaps you've been carrying for a while. You may be quick to temper. You may have a loss of patience, but you're going to be recognized like nobody's business. You may have been working on something behind the scenes. Now, all of a sudden, pop, 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 here it comes. It's going to be filled with blessings for the next year, year and a half. This is going to be something that's going to be really, really good. And in the summertime, you are going to be reviewing where and who you love, and how you are loved, and how you are the best partner you can be. This is all going to come up for review because you're going to be handling a lot of recognition on a very wide scale. It's not going to be on a small scale, it's going to be on a wide span. And this is going to allow for you to have some inter perspective. It's also going to give you a new outer perspective, and what you think is not always what you feel. So we want to lead with our hearts, of course, and this is going to be expanding your next creative idea. You're going to be all like, caught up in the blessings that are coming in for what you worked on behind the scenes, but it's just going to fuel you for like a new avenue. And I feel like this is the time where if you want to get together and you want to work on something with a partner, it's going to really go through the roof. So do it. Okay. Save a little bit of time. I know you're very, very busy, especially with Mars there. It's going to be on your day-to-day life is going to be getting a little bit busier. But don't forget to let that creative side blossom. And the more you bounce it off of everybody around you, the more it's really going to manifest for you. It's going to take root for you. And you will also find the financial backing that you need for all of these particular new creative ideas. So I definitely like that. And it may include some foreign travel or some foreign investors. And so I would say yes on that, definitely. Okay, Virgo rising. Virgo rising, this is going to be trining your energy because Virgo is an earth sign, Taurus is an earth sign, Jupiter comes in, and Jupiter is going to say, it's time to write the book. It is time to publish. It is time for you to put the words together. It is time for you to, Virgos. Okay, I want to tell you a little secret about Virgos. Virgos always feel as though I'm not ready. I'm not educated enough. I'm not certified enough. I'm not. I'm not quite ready to accept that position. I don't have the experience. I'm not the expert. When they feel as though they're the expert on things, they get out there and do it. But with Jupiter in Taurus, which is very friendly with you, it is going to say, get out there and just do it. We want you to not only do it in a very small, humble way. We want you to do it in an international arena. Yeah, that's a big mission, Virgo. So this is something that I want to feel. I want to feel to tell Virgos that don't just put your mental into it. Virgos analyze, they edit while they write, by the way, which is fabulous that they can do that. But I want you to put your physical. Yeah. I want you to put your physical into it as well. Virgo risings also may be shedding some pounds because of the way that it's situated. And they also may be solidifying a new home or looking at real estate as well. Really good news and blessings on that department. Okay, Libra. Libra rising. Libra rising. Libra is on the other end of this T square, this timeout. The only way to really solve the timeout situation is to provide peace and harmony and to balance your life. You can have a little bit here and a little bit there, moderation, that is fine. But Libra comes in and wants to make everything beautiful for you. Libra wants to come in and tend to these particular loose ends in a diplomatic fashion. Do you really need to have, 50 pairs of jeans? Do you really need to have 50 pairs of shoes? Let's go through and let's balance this out a little bit. The more clutter you give away, the more you kind of streamline the space that you provide in your life is going to be a little blinker. A little light goes on. Oh, there's space here. They have moved out of things that they didn't need or want or use anymore. Little blinkers go off into the cosmos, and the cosmos says, oh, here's some more blessings for you. Here is something that can take the place of that space that you allowed yourself to have something better, newer, something you're going to use, something you're going to love, and brings more joy into your particular life. So during this new moon time on the 19th, we are going to, like I said, have some chaotic things coming up. That T square is going to be coming up. That's a Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto asking for a transformation. And on the other side of that, the key to all of that is going to be the elements and the perspective of Libra. So it's going to be it's going to be what is lawful. It is going to be what is gracious. It is going to be said in a very charming way, and it is going to be resolved in a diplomatic form. Okay. So Libras, it looks to me like you've been working on, let's just say something on the side that provides you with a steady flow of income that you can rely on. And this is going to be, I want to say also um, Libras have a mission in life, especially Libra rising, to learn their lessons through partnership. So it looks to me like your partner is going to be finally, cashing in on a lot of financial blessings, also any type of assets that you may have. And this is really going to up your wealth as far as a partnership goes. So if you're using resources together, or perhaps one or the other, I just feel as though you are going to be using those particular blessings. And you're also going to be solving any kind of debt issues, paying off loans, perhaps. You may be doing this through real estate transactions as well. So I don't really feel as though it's stock market fueled, but I do feel as though you are going to be making some financial headway with this. So this is going to be really resolved in 2024. You are going to be so glad you made those adjustments, because you are going to be sitting on your own pot of gold. So there you go. Libra rising, Scorpio risings. Hey, Scorpio. I feel like Scorpios, you're kind of in this should I stay or should I go kind of thing. And and that's going to be that T square coming up. That new moon is going to show you some new opportunities and that you're not stuck. It's going to prove to you the truth. The truth of the matter is you've got a lot going for you and you are not stuck no matter how it looks to you right now. But I feel like coming up for you, and I want to say it's probably going to start in about 2.5 months. Coming up for you is going to be something you've wanted. You've never dreamed of this before, but you're going to drop your guard and you really are going to solidify some type of a partnership. This is going to be really good for you as far as learning lessons in relationships. And yeah, and this isn't a drive-by, okay? This isn't a one-night stand. This is a relationship that's going to really stand the test of time through hell or high water, which you like. So I really like that a lot. I really feel like perhaps, at the end of July, you're going to start getting an inkling for this. I also think that this is going to spark your social network. You are going to be maybe entering into a new ring of friends, into some new opportunities to where perhaps your friends can show you some new ways that but just to enjoy yourself, whether it's playing sports or whether it's music or dance or whatever it is, you are going to be able to have new outlets for enjoyment. So I'm really excited for Scorpio risings. You are also going to be transforming your image. You may have been very sultry and mysterious up until this point, and now I feel like you're going to be really kind of appreciating the practical, down to earth, transparent, hardworking you. And yeah, and you are going to be walking the talk. But your head and your heart are going to be in the clouds. It's going to be fun for you. So I'm excited for you. Sag rising. Hey, Saggy risings. First of all, I want Sag is your health is definitely a major highlight with this expansion. And when I said this before, expansion can expand negative just like positive. So let's take all the negative habits out of the way and let's get on the right track as far as your day-to-day health, any type of testing or anything that you need to do for there. Make sure that that's all done. Sages, I really do want you to know that your imbalanced situations are going to smooth out. You are going to be dealing with some more wealth. The thing about Sages is once they get wealth, they tend to want everybody to have it. They want, if I have wealth, I want everybody to have the wealth. Well, Sag risings, you need to learn how to divide and conquer. Divide your wealth, put it aside, play with the rest. And if you do that, you are really going to thank yourself in 2024. I feel like you are going to take an opportunity that perhaps gives you more responsibility. Along with more responsibility comes more things that you're in charge of, which means, oh boy, I might be kind of stressed over that. I'm doing the best I can. I'm dancing as fast as I can. But I just feel like for some reason you're going to be on the go, whether it's short trips or international or just day-to-day life is going to be very busy for you. And I know you're going to be enjoying it, but it's nice to be elevated in your position. You will be compensated for that. So I like that as well. Okay. What do we have next? We have got Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn rising. Capricorn rising, you're about to go into, and Capricorn's an earth sign, so that's very friendly with all this Taurus energy and this Jupiter in Taurus. So you are going to be taking advantage of this particular fertile energy that's around you. So if you know welcome the fact that perhaps your family tree may be expanding, and that could be you personally, or that could just be your particular family, your satellite family, whatever it is that could be expanding. I also feel as though there could be some investments that perhaps your business associations and colleagues are going to be presenting to you. I want you to look over those very carefully. It's a time when you are being protected in business. So, and that doesn't mean the more risky, the better, but it does mean that you can handle a certain amount of risk right now. And this comes as a blessing, and it also comes from, I want to say, overseas or international type. So if you're dealing with something like that, I feel as though that is going to prove results in 2024. And I feel as though you're going to stick by that. There could be a change of part of who the partners are in these particular dealings throughout the way. You're going to stay in it to win it. And it's because you had that intention from the very beginning. And I think just because you are inspired and your intention is to manifest this, that it is going to happen. And I have to say that this is, of course, this is my perspective on all of this. This may or may not all come true for all of you, but it's definitely an astrological perspective. So yeah, so don't take me to court like, oh, this didn't happen to me, and all of that. Of course, this is my perspective, right? Aquarius rising. Aquarius, yes, yes, yes. Hey, Aquarius, I'm wondering, are you thinking of moving? Because there's going to be an opportunity for you, as I see it, that there's going to be a real blessing. There's going to be some type of a harmonious deal coming down from your heaven luck. And I feel like this is the time where, yeah, you could have some really good deal as far as some a new home for you. I feel like that's great. And I feel like whatever you are involved in, as far as your passion or what you're working on. Perhaps you're researching something. This is going to be something that you're going to be known for. So whatever you're in the midst of doing now, it looks to me like you're going to be highlighted for that. And so when Jupiter comes in to expand that, if it is shrouded in like a negative connotation, you want to break through that, get the kernel of truth on that and highlight that. That is exactly what you're going to be doing. I also feel like there could be someone who is stirring up something. It's not going to be for long, but it kind of catches you for a loop. And so I want you to make sure that you are protected. You have your home protection. This is someone that perhaps you have known in another lifetime that's coming back for, agitation, or I want to say some type of karmic, so just make sure that you have your protection for any kind of psychic attacks or any kind of you're protected physically as well. And that also also that things that you consider valuable, like your phone, your jewelry, your laptop, your car, your home entry, that these all have alarms, or that they're all, you know, and that someone's not going to hack into your bank account. And just be really wary of those kinds of things, that perhaps it may be expanding your awareness of security. And this is good. We should all do this. We should all be as secure as possible with the things that are valuable to us. And that goes also for any type of um, you know, any type of soul attacks, any type of psychic attacks, any cyber attacks, any type of credit card wealth attacks, hacking into any kind of bank accounts, and all of those kinds of things. We should all have that security in place. But I do feel as though for the next 12 months, you are going to take steps that, really are going to secure your day to day life. This is going to be something you thought was unattainable 3 years ago. Boom, all of a sudden, this particular next year, you are going to be stable. And, that may have not been the case, and now it is. And I feel like you're going to be recognized for something that you've been working on in that area as well. Your dreams are going to be real important. Also, Aquarius rising. So make sure that you have a little bedside notebook so that you can write those dreams down, and messages may be coming through dreams to you as well. Pisces rising. Pisces. Pisces, you're going to be learning how to communicate in a more positive manner. If you have negative self-talk inside of your head, Jupiter is going to be expanding that. So we don't want that, right? We want to eliminate those tapes inside of our heads, and we want to replace that with a new positive frequency. Whether you want to get involved in the megahertz, into healing, into frequency, vibrational healing, into any kind of med beds, or anything to do with, let's just say, the combination of frequencies. This is something that is perfect for you. You have had perhaps some hidden immune situations that need to be dissolved, that need to be eliminated. And your particular immune system needs to be elevated and brought up to par. I feel like this is huge for you. I think there's going to be some type of crossroads in either your business. You have to choose, do you do this way, or that way? If it is all about expansion, I feel as though you've got the green light here. You've got the green light, and you also have the support of the universe. So I feel as though this is going to help with your bottom line, your sales. If you are self-employed, this is going to be something. If you are going to be, let's say, floating, rotating, if you're going to expand on, let's say, salon number 1 and salon number 2, this is going to be all in the books and opportune for you. So I'm excited about that. Your schedules are going to get very busy on a day-to-day. You could be running back and forth to these 2 locations, and they're going to be, I want to say, make sure that you sign your contracts on good days, and I can help you out with that as well. But I just feel as though if you are maybe taking a vacation, or you're involved in any kind of foreign trip or travel, this could be for business or pleasure. Make sure you take the time and do that, because it's going to inspire you. It's going to, I think it's going to give you the inspiration to pull out that artist in you, and bring your passion into your sales and into what you do. And that's what's happening with Jupiter and Taurus. We've gone well over our time. I hope you enjoyed the information. Remember to sign up for Period 9 seminar in Feng Shui. This is going to be a mind blower, totally different than what we've been doing for the past 20 years. And you're going to hear it first. So make sure that you sign up. And it is going to be again June 19th. It will be a Zoom online seminar. I will be there. I will be able to see you. And for an extra cost, you can also get the recording on that and use it as a resource. If you have any questions about that, just contact me through social media. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can always reach me on my website, kimlalowe.com. And I just am so excited about this wonderful energy that we've got coming towards us. We've got this this beautiful last week of our sun entering into Gemini, and that's going to be a very powerful communication push too. So our highlights are going to be to, number one, remove the clutter from our lives, remove the negativity, because Jupiter is going to expand whatever you got going. Make sure that it's all in a positive realm, okay? So we've got work to do. That's that T-square. We're going to balance it out. We're going to Feng Shui. We're going to really go into this so positively that for the next 12 months, we're all going to be so much better in 2024, and we're going to work on it. We've got 12 months to enjoy all the blessings that Jupiter and Taurus can bring. Until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you. Bye, everyone.